everybody, and welcome to the YuYu Normie Show. My name is Justin.
And my name's Tage.
Today should be a fun one.
It should be.
Actually, all of them should be fun.
Yeah.
If we're talking about shoulds, they should all be fun. Even though I'm fairly boring of a person. Sorry if you heard that. I scratched my facial hair on my face.
I don't think you're a boring person, bro.
I know me better than you know me.
That's fair.
Bro, when people are around,
Yeah.
I'm all right.
All right.
When I'm alone,
Yeah.
it's pretty boring.
Damn.
Not a lot goes on.
Would you say boring or dark?
Boring.
Okay.
Well, if you were watching me,
Yeah.
boring. Between the ears is pretty dark. But you would just see somebody staring off into the distance, thinking hard,
Yeah.
pondering about stuff. Yeah, up in here, it's like, oh, dude. When they said yiff, what did they mean? Because I still don't know. Don't describe it. I still don't know. All I know is when people say that, I'm like, what does that mean? They go, you don't want to know.
Yeah.
So I leave it be.
Yeah. It's always fun to not know. I love it.
There's a ton of stuff I don't know. Chat, when we stream, says stuff. I don't know what it is. And they're like, you don't know what that is? And they don't believe me that I don't know what it is. But sometimes I'm glad I don't know what it is.
Yep.
Like, are you serious, dude? You don't know this thing? By the way, take this quiz to see how much of a gimp you are. Like, okay, dude. What? This is the craziest part of my life right now.
How much of a gimp would you be?
I don't remember. I took a long test. The test was long. They had me take a test.
Why the fuck is it long, dude?
I took the short version. There were 2 versions. I clicked short version, and then I answered like 100 questions.
What? How? Why?
I think I was like 100% vanilla, is what it said.
Hey, you're vanilla, baby.
Yeah.
I'll choke you by no killer, baby. There you go, Jack Harlow. A little shout out. Jack, come be on the next episode.
That would be so sick. Jack Harlow would be like, oh, you know my music? And I'll be like, you did one song with Eminem. I know that one.
Yeah.
I know that one.
Yeah, the remix of that first song you did was really good.
Yeah.
Yep. The remix one where like other people came on it and you redid your verse.
Oh, what?
Well, yeah, the first one where
He redid his verse?
yeah, because the first one I know.
Oh, okay. So it was a remix. So he was going to redo it anyway.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. He actually gave his She Go line to the other person who was on it, which I really appreciated.
Aw.
Yeah.
Jack Harlow, you cute, bro. Good on you, boo-boo. Thank you so much for being a good rapper. I don't listen to much Jack Harlow. No offense against you. I don't listen to a lot of new music.
There you go.
You seem like a good guy.
He does.
I was going to bat for Jack Harlow a little bit ago
Okay.
because people were saying, I saw this video where somebody was saying it's whack when someone brings up a artist that's older than they are. Like their music was popping before the person was born or when they were still a baby.
Oh, okay.
Like, oh, it's whack when you say you're inspired by them because like you didn't grow up in that era. And then they cut to Jack Harlow saying his top 5. Like 2 of them are from when he was a child.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, I used to listen to Tone Loc every day.
I don't even know what that is.
He started rapping when I was negative 14 years old.
The good old days, back when negative 14.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't even dropped in my dad yet.
What a fucking
Yeah.
You weren't locked and loaded in your dad yet.
Not even close. He didn't have anything to lock and load at the time.
Oh.
Well, I guess I was completely locked.
Yeah, that's fair.
There was no loaded.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was whack. So people were saying, oh yeah, that's so true. Like, what? No, Jack Harlow, you good.
Yeah.
And he wasn't naming off. He wasn't going, all right, so Pac, Biggie. He was naming off obscure stuff that he was obviously inspired by.
Yeah.
Yeah, if somebody goes, oh no, dude, biggest inspiration, ODB. You go, really?
Yeah.
They go, yeah. I don't know if you know who ODB is. I think you're just saying that to sound cool. They're like, no, dude, I totally know. You go, oh, okay, that old dirty bastard. They go, what? You go, yeah, gotcha, bitch.
Gotcha, bitch.
All right, y'all. Today, we're going to be talking a little bit about Netflix keeps going. Netflix keeps doing a lot of stuff for anime.
Okay.
Maybe it's not the greatest for the culture, but it's still for the culture, I guess.
Yeah.
This is getting a little hip hop. I'm doing hip hop terms. We talked about rap. Now I'm doing hip hop terms and bringing it in. Netflix is doing stuff for the culture, but I don't know if it's. I don't know if it's helping the culture. I just know it's for the culture. And there's a new show called Solo Leveling that's been coming out. It's new this season. There's only a few episodes out. We're gonna get. I don't know how deep into Solo Leveling, but just talk a little bit about it.
Well, you're pretty fucking deep.
Are we?
Yeah. I just want to talk about it because that's such a good show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, before we get into Solo Leveling, let's talk a little bit about some anime news. Crunchyroll, they're trying to expand.
Oh.
They're releasing a app on all Samsung television products.
Let's go.
Did I know they didn't have that before? No. Figured if they had a Roku app,
Yeah.
they would have had a Samsung app.
Damn, Samsung been out here struggling.
They must have been.
Yeah.
Dude, they don't give a fuck, dude. Samsung doesn't care. Samsung hasn't cared. Crunchyroll was probably groveling.
Yeah.
Crunchyroll was like, dude, we'll pay you
Yeah, dude.
to be on yours. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
Samsung's a huge base. I think a bunch of people have LG and Samsung TVs.
Are those two like the big ones? I have not kept up with my TV game.
Samsung is probably one of the most quote unquote trusted names in technology.
That's fair.
Samsung phones are huge, and if you have good phones and people buy your phones, when they see you have TVs, they're probably going to go for your TVs.
That's true.
That's where I think LG's fallen off.
Oh,
because
okay.
LG phones aren't really in the zeitgeist anymore.
Yeah.
So people, if they're choosing between a Samsung TV and an LG TV, and they have the same picture quality, all this stuff,
Yeah.
which one are you going to go with? The one that your phone that you use every day that has never broken is the same brand as?
Yeah.
Or Life's Good? They make fridges.
I'm going to go with the phone one, dude.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I have a Sony TV because I have a Sony PlayStation.
I was going to ask why. I was like, is Sony up there?
Sony's all right, but Sony, I really think that PlayStation is their big ticket.
Really?
Yeah.
I used to think
At
that
this
Sony
point-
was their subsect.
Well, Sony's Sony. So
Sorry.
PlayStation,
Sorry. Yeah, PlayStation was their, yeah.
PlayStation is a smaller thing, kind of
Yeah.
like Microsoft is Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Sony PlayStation as a brand is the biggest thing for Sony going right now, especially after there was a huge earthquake a while back, and I think it was Fukushima
Okay.
when the nuclear power plants,
I believe so, yeah.
the very terrible, unfortunate incident.
Mm-hmm.
But a bunch of stuff went pretty bad for a bunch of companies there. So I do think PlayStation is Sony's biggest boon as a company.
Okay.
There's also, guys, I'm ignorant about this anime.
Oh.
This is kind of why I was saying that Netflix is for the culture, but it's also kind of not for the culture. You know what I'm saying? Kimi mi Todoke,
What?
also known as Form Me to You.
Oh, I've heard. Okay.
You have heard of this?
I've seen that, yeah.
It's like a rom-com show.
Yep.
The third season of it. Let me hit you with that again. The third season of it.
Yeah.
Only the third.
Oh.
So there's like 1, 2.
Yeah.
The third season of it
Yeah.
is a Netflix exclusive.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Brother.
Bitches.
That sucks.
That's dirty.
Like,
That
I
sucks.
know that Netflix is pervasive and a ton of people have Netflix.
Yeah.
And it's the biggest streaming service probably.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say, I don't have Netflix.
Yeah.
I can't afford to have it.
Yeah.
And if I was a big fan of this show, and they just go, the third season that you've been much anticipating is ours. Like, oh, dude, well, I don't get to see it.
Yeah.
Also, I don't pirate, but if you guys want to tell us all the pirating, I winked.
Yeah. I was like, dude, the visual joke.
I winked.
So everyone's aware. He winked right as he said
Yeah, like
it.
3 times. I fired off a few. It's like a Gatling gun for my eyes. I fired off a few winks. No, there will inevitably be some people that it's just, so now I have to pay. And they raise their prices every 4 months, it feels like now.
Dude, it's absurd.
So you have to pay $15 to watch the 3rd season and then try to cancel with them. And for Netflix to say, well, actually, you can't cancel because you got this package that we were giving up. And so you have to do the next 6 months, actually, and you don't have enough money to do it.
Yep.
And you get to fight with them on the phone. And they say, no, you can't actually go. So you call every single day. And then after a while, you say, you see how many times I've been calling? And they go, yeah, we do. It's on our records. And you go, so you can see how badly I want this gone?
Yeah.
And they go, yeah, kind of. And it's like, so can you scratch it off the fucking computer right now? And they go, you don't need to use that language. I'm like, I fucking do. All right,
I feel
I'm
like
really tired of this.
I feel like this is a very specific example.
It's happened a few times.
Damn.
Yeah. Some brands.
Yeah.
What is it called? There's one food brand where they send you food, send you frozen food. It's called like X something.
I don't know.
I don't want to just throw out a name.
Dude, and then just throw shade at this company.
But if I remember the name,
yeah.
I will shit on them.
Okay.
100%. I never want to deal with them. I never want commercials with them because they tried to screw me out of like $100 or so.
Damn.
Yeah. I got in a fight with them. I kept clicking the button online that said, not this month. Not this month. I did that for 2 years.
What the fuck?
So they wouldn't send me stuff. But then one time I accidentally didn't click it and they charged me $80.
Bro.
Yeah.
Do you still have to fucking do it?
No.
Okay, good.
One of the times I called them so many times. And on one occasion, some little nebbishy person, I don't know how big they were in real life, but they sounded, they're like, hello?
Oh, dude.
And I was like, perfect, bro. Hey.
You lowered a little bit.
Hey, so, yeah, you have your computer up? Name's Justin. This is my address.
Yeah.
If you don't cancel this right now, I come down there and I'll strangle you with your own intestines.
Damn.
I didn't say that.
I'm going to find your umbilical cord and dig it out of your mother's trash, and I'm strangle you with it.
That person's mom needs to take the trash out.
That is true.
It's been in the trash for 20 years.
Yeah, they're a hoarder.
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah. He's got
disgusting.
other issues to deal with that you somehow knew about.
I'm omnipotent.
Damn.
It's true.
Yeah.
There's also, I found this. It's from KATV, ABC 7, Little Rock, Arkansas.
Oh.
Oh, I dig deep. I do not mess around. This is just an article from Little Rock, Arkansas.
I love the
from February 4th.
Okay.
From February 4th. Because Little Rock is having an anime convention.
Oh, let's go.
And they're just, the whole article, there's nothing bad. It's just, these people, it just has quotes from people. I really love being around other people that like the same stuff as me. I got to meet a bunch of voice actors. I got to do this. There were all these different people here. This is the headline for it, though.
Oh, fuck.
The article itself didn't say anything bad. But the headline, 2024, Little Rock Anime Fest brings cosplayers, voice actors, artists, and ... furries. Dude.
Are you shitting me?
As if they're pissed. It's like, get the old whites out of the freaking news business. If you can't deal with people being cosplayers, voice actors, artists, furries getting together at a convention, they're not doing nothing to you. They're just looking at pop figures and meeting voice actors.
Dude, they came to the furries hard. Like, what the hell did they even do?
Bro, just that whole title, because of that, because of the ... furries, just feels like all of it's shade.
Yeah.
Little Rock Anime Fest, dude, brings cosplayers.
Yeah.
Voice actors, artists, ugh. Furries. Like, but there's no shade within the article itself. I don't know why they went out of their way for that. But it was held at the State House Convention Center over the weekend. So just to let everybody know, you will be welcome at the Little Rock Anime Fest when you're inside the Little Rock Anime Fest. But there's some old whites over at the newsroom that you are not welcomed by.
Some old whites.
Yeah, dude. There's just some old whites, and they're not.
Yeah.
They're not cool with you.
Damn.
They don't want you to meet voice actors. They're probably out there going, oh, dude, all these adults are meeting other adults who voice cartoons.
Ew.
Ew, dude. That's so rude.
They couldn't spell it, but ugh. It was definitely in the title.
They say stuff just, and by the way, this is all, I am crediting you. Your website Does not gain you money. I didn't have to go through access to get it, so this is fair use.
Oh.
Hold on. This is fair use, Michael.
Damn.
I'm not going to give your whole name, but yeah, stuff like it's completely fine. The rest of the article is fine. Notable guests include voice actors for Nintendo Super Mario Brothers games, Kenny James, the voice of Bowser, and Samantha Kelly, the voice of Princess Peach and Toad. Wild.
Yeah.
That voice actress does Princess Peach and Toad.
Oh, wait a minute. I thought you were saying like, and the voice actor of Toad will be there. Oh, she does Peach and Toad?
Samantha Kelly does. Yeah, Peach and Toad.
Fuck yeah.
Tage just flipped me off. He doesn't know it, but he did. It doesn't matter if it's 5 fans or 50,000 fans. I like meeting fans, said James.
Aw.
Kenny James, voice of Bowser. Absolute sweetheart, apparently.
Yeah.
It's the good ones that voice the bad ones.
Always. Yeah, dude, that's why I voice the bad ones, dude. All right,
you voice badly? Is that, is that what you just said?
Bro, come on.
Oh, dude, I wasn't saying nothing bad, bro. But it's, just so you guys know, anime is pretty fucking dry. In terms of news, if you're not talking specifically about this is coming out soon.
Yeah.
Then you have to go to Little Rock, Arkansas to find Michael from KATV talking shit.
Talking shit.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah, I feel like there's not really much news until there's like a new season is on the horizon, and then people start like mentioning like, oh, there's gonna be this anime. Did you hear about this? Yeah, well, these animators are. It's like,
well, and I'm going to call my shot. I think it's called Sakamoto Days.
Okay.
There's a manga called Sakamoto Days. And I believe within the next year or so, it will be a produced anime. It will come out. It will start small, but people will love it.
Oh, love that.
It will become big. It's a fun manga.
I got to check it out. What is like, did you find it online or did you, because I know that you do.
I read it like a year and a half ago.
Okay.
On my Kindle.
Oh, okay. I think the most time that I find manga is when I'm just like dicking around in Barnes and Noble. And then it's purely, I do judge books by covers. I walk by and I'm like, now bear with me. This is my thought process. I'll walk by and be like, too sexual. And then
never said. He's never said that.
It's true. I do.
He's never.
I will say that.
He's never said that in his life.
No. All right, so
he's a freak.
The worst part is I say too sexual because I'm in Barnes & Noble. I'm going to read a bit of this right now. I am not going to sit at a fucking table at Starbucks and pull out like this, just a woman naked. And I'm like, I got to like.
Well, you can't anyway because all that stuff is wrapped.
Yep.
It's supposed to be wrapped. If it's not wrapped, then somebody made a big mistake.
I mean, sometimes it just happens to come unwrapped.
You unwrap the stuff?
No.
Brother, you gotta ask somebody if it's going to be unwrapped. So, I've probably said it before, but I did work at Barnes & Noble for a while. Tage is the person that I dislike.
Yeah, I would sit in aisles. I would definitely... ask for anime that you've probably been asked for a million times. I would take like 7 books to the table at Starbucks and leave them there.
Totally ask. I'm cool with asking. I think everybody should ask. If you want to find something, ask every single time.
Okay.
If you just leave a bunch of books at the cafe table, probably a little bit pissed off.
Yeah.
Because cafe is not going to take care of it.
Yeah.
Booksellers have to keep an eye on cafe for them.
I was going to say, because the cafe is not even going to tell you they're there, I'm assuming.
No.
Wonderful.
Not at all.
Wonderful.
So I have to go back. I have to find the go backs. If there's only 2 of them and 2 of them are in the cafe, the computer says there's 2 of them. Somebody's asking for it and it's not there. If nobody went and got go backs and went to the cafe to find them, we're like, I don't fucking know. Apparently they're gone.
Yeah, dude, they don't exist anymore. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, don't unwrap this stuff.
No, I've never. That was purely a joke. Okay, I'm way too much of a wimp when it comes to like rules and stuff. I would never just be like, this foil's in my way. There's no way.
People would do that, but we wrap that kind of stuff. We would wrap stuff that's overly sexual and stuff that would have too much violence. because there will be a bunch of
okay.
kids going through manga.
Yeah. I will say, however, I think someone did unwrap it and then put it back on the shelf. And I did find one, because there was one where I remember I was looking at one and it was like a big compendium and it was a hardcover, but all of them were wrapped except for one in the back. And I took that one and I started reading it at the Starbucks because I was like, it's open. I'm going to, shit.
Yeah.
But I did not open it.
Dang.
Yeah. I am a party too.
I always opened for people.
Oh.
The funny thing is, I was one of the few, the proud, the openers. Because other people would just go, yeah, we can't do that.
Yeah, that's what I think you
I'm
can't.
like, yo, dude, they want to see the book. If I want to get a sale, then they can see the book.
Yeah.
So if you came up to me and you wanted to see one of those leather-bound, limited edition, wrapped books,
Yeah.
like none of these are unwrapped, but I really want to like read a little bit of it, I would just take out a pocket knife.
Oh,
also,
dude.
probably not something that the store wanted me to do.
Shit.
And I would just cut that bad boy open and hand it to them. And they're like, really? I'm like, yeah. When you're done, just give it back to me. I'll go in the back and rewrap it.
Yeah.
Because that's what we could do.
Mm.
I would wrap stuff with that. That was one of the nuts things, because you go back there, there's a hot filament. You put the heat shrink over what you're trying to do, and you pull the air out, and then you cut it with this hot filament to make it stick together.
Okay.
Some people would leave that bitch on.
Oh.
I'm like, hey, yo, that's just a wire with electricity going through it. That's why it's hot. It's the same as a toaster. You can't leave it on.
Yeah, dude.
We're all going to die.
Yeah.
It's going to burn down. We're done for.
You don't work there anymore, so I'm scared.
Mm.
If you're not taking care of that.
Most people, like I said, I was one of the few people that did it.
Yeah.
It was usually managers that did it.
Okay. So some other people are there sometimes turning it off.
Yes.
Okay.
It was a big deal if somebody left it on. Funny
Okay,
thing is,
good.
I usually found it left on.
Oh, all right. Well, at least
Because
it was
I was
something
going
that
back there to do it.
they would go out of their way to be like, shut this down.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. A bunch of people were just scared for some reason. They were just scared to open the stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, no, I'd have to get my manager. And then, what? I want to sell a book.
Yeah.
There was one girl, she wasn't buying anything. I knew she wasn't buying anything, but she was really pretty. And she wanted to read a little bit of every single one of the Grimm's fairy tales.
Oh, okay.
That then became a Disney movie.
Wonderful.
Or just fairy tales in general. So I went to the table of fairy tale books that they were all wrapped. And then I grabbed the ones off different shelves and I unwrapped every single one of them and handed her like 30 books.
Dude.
She sat down on the ground. I just made a pile. I just kept walking up with the new ones.
Bro.
She was like, oh my gosh, you're the best. And I was like, oh, you are too. So
You are too. I love you.
Well, I didn't say that. You can't do that on a first meeting.
No, do you say it? We say it with your eyes, dude.
I say olive juice. She's
Oh.
like, what? I'm like, olive juice. It's really good. It's like, it's good for your heart.
She's like, yeah, I know the I love you trick. I know the I love you trick.
Oh, yeah, then I take all the books back.
Oh.
You kidding me? I'm in charge of the books now.
Yeah, dude.
And you can't read a single one of them.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Now who has the power? Yeah. Oh, damn, bro. It's like I'm leveling up in there.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Dude, you sounded like a baboon about to get a peach that he's wanted all day. What the?
Or those weird Twinkie things they give them.
What?
Have you ever seen those? Yeah, I don't. They're not Twinkies, but what I'm assuming is they're some form of like puff creamed thing, but they're yellow cake, so it looks like a Twinkie.
Oh.
And what they'll do is they'll leave like a box for these monkeys, and they come in there and they'll grab like all they can. You can do whatever you want, and they'll pop them open and just eat them, and it really looks like they're munching on just fuckloads of Twinkies.
Dang.
Yeah, dude, it's awesome.
They're living their best life.
Yeah. Funniest part is like it's really funny when they learn that they can take multiple. They'll just like grab one and then they go to grab another and no one's stopping them. And they're looking around like, oh, shut down. Oh, I can keep doing this.
You watch a lot of videos about
I do.
Like baboons.
I do.
How's your week been, by the way?
Dude, it's been pretty good.
A lot of videos of monkey and ape type things. I don't know.
Yep, a lot of random stuff because I follow and I like crazy. But no, my week has been good. It's been very rainy here in Los Angeles. It's been catastrophic. Quote the news.
In some places, yes.
Yeah.
There are some places where there are mudslides and some places where people really have to worry.
Yeah.
Not for us.
No.
Funny enough, I just got a National Weather Service message on my phone in front of me.
Oh.
About how life-threatening
Yeah.
the situation I'm in is. And it's lightly sprinkling outside the window currently.
Yep. Oh.
I dropped a pen.
Oh, there's nothing more beautiful.
Huh?
I don't know, man.
Was that a quote?
Yeah. A quote from me.
But what else? What else have you been doing this week?
Really just hanging out, watching not watching Power, playing Pal World.
Really struggling with this Pal World thing, bro.
It's
watching Pang.
Yeah, dude, watching Pal World. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I am a lot of people, it's a Pokemon clone. Not at all. But it's a lot more of a if anyone's played the game Ark. It's very much like one of those games. It's just kind of like a survival game.
He hasn't played Ark.
No. I have not played. I watched
dude, we literally talked about this last podcast episode.
Damn it.
You're like, I've never played Ark in my life. And now you go, it's just like Ark.
Yeah, dude, it's very just much like Ark, dude. Yeah.
Buffalo hears somebody else goes, it's a lot like Ark. He goes, I'm gonna take that to heart.
Yeah. This is now my quote. What about you though?
That.
How's your week been going?
It's been going well. I've been reading books.
Oh.
I'm reading The Soldier in the Mist. It's a Gene Wolfe book.
Okay.
I really love Gene Wolfe.
I was gonna say I've heard Gene Wolfe.
Yeah. But outside of Lord of the Rings, my favorite sci-fi fantasy book series of all time is a Gene Wolfe book series, Book of the New Sun, tetralogy.
Oh, sick.
And he also has, because his brain is out of this world. He has another book. It is kind of a noir whodunit.
Ooh.
Except this girl goes to a library in the future and she checks out, you don't check out books in this future. You check out clones of the authors to talk with them about their books.
Oh.
So she checks out, if you have enough money, you can bring them home.
Oh, let's go.
Instead of just sit at a table with them. So she checks out the dude who used to write crime dramas to figure out who killed her father.
Oh, shit.
Right?
Yeah.
Interesting thing, like the best part about the book is that's what the story is. And everything around it is it ethical to clone someone like this and put them in a prison to be checked out by other humans, even though they're not actually humans?
Yeah, damn.
So the whole time you're thinking about that, but it's just a crime novel.
Damn.
Gene Wolfe is nuts, bro. There also is her dad ended up being some massive, amazing scientist who created a portal through different dimensions, but that's later on in the book.
Okay.
It's more about the crime than it is about that. Well,
that's
it
just
becomes really big about that. No, but this new one, I because I love mythology, I think we've talked about it a fair few times. This one, Soldier in the Mist, it sounds, everything I talk about sounds overwritten when I describe Gene Wolfe stuff.
Okay.
It doesn't feel that way when you're reading it though. So the book is a archaeologist, someone who works at a museum pretty much, who deals with old texts, gets an old text in, and he's taking notes on and translating the text.
Okay.
Because it's from a Roman who fought against the Greeks back in the day, and he got captured in the war and forced to be a slave for the Greeks. So it's crazy because you're reading a guy's translation of a person who wasn't well learned, writing about a situation he's stuck in where other people are sometimes talking to him in a different language.
Oh, fucking Christ.
So you have multiple forms of dissonance, but the head injury he sustained in the war against the Greeks makes it so he can see the gods. Nobody else can.
Oh.
It's wild. It's really
shit.
cool.
Okay.
So it's a dude trying to come to grips with the fact that he can actually see the Greek and some of the Roman gods.
Yeah.
And they're there helping him.
That's cool.
But some of the words are wrong and some of the stuff doesn't make sense. So you have literal footnotes. You know how books will have the asterisk?
Yep.
And then at the bottom it'll tell you this is what this is supposed to mean.
Yes.
Usually that's the author telling you this is what that information is. The author of this is Gene Wolfe. So the footnotes you're reading are the person he's writing is writing those footnotes about the fictional thing that you're reading.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's really cool.
That's cool.
He'll pop in and he'll go, he's using this word to mean this word. So from now on, whenever you hear rope, he's talking about a specific city in Italy.
Oh.
Yeah. Whenever he says knowledge, because he hears the Greeks say a word that to him means knowledge, they're talking about Athens.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So that random dude from back in the day is like, they went back to knowledge, and the person transcribing it is saying, I think he means knowledge. But Gene Wolfe is just writing all that.
Yeah.
That's all just a fabrication.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah. No, dude, I'm stoked. I love Gene Wolfe. I would love for more people to read him, but I know that I read a ton. That's not a flex. If you don't read a lot, don't read Gene Wolfe.
Oh, okay. He's a reader's writer?
Yeah, if you don't want to sit there and ponder everything that he's saying in the book,
yeah,
just don't read it. I think that it'd still be good, and you'll still probably like it. But I've read the Book of the New Sun series 3 times, and I still don't know if I fully grasp it.
Damn.
Every time I've read it, I've been like, oh, wait, he's actually talking about different aspects of Catholicism. And then I read it again. I'm like, oh, no, it's not Catholicism. I can see why I thought that, but he's not discussing that. He's talking about classism in these different ways.
And then the third time?
Yeah. Like the first time, it was just a fun fantasy book.
Oh, that was the third time. And so okay.
Yeah, the first time it was just, that was awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, there was all the different struggles that you get from fantasy.
Yeah.
But the next few times, this means something much deeper. There's reasons why all these things are being said.
I was waiting for and then the third time I come back and I'm like, all right, hold on. It might actually be about Catholicism, but I was stupid in the ways that I thought, and then it was actually smarter. And I was like, Jesus Christ.
There's definitely one section of the book that is.
Okay. I feel like I know of the story of that name.
Gene Wolfe?
No. The
Book of the New Sun?
Thank you.
It's my favorite. Outside of Lord of the Rings, it's my favorite. I've probably said it before.
You've probably talked about it. Okay. I was like, I feel like I know this story.
Yeah. It's his most famous books, but also I talk to other readers and I say Gene Wolfe, and they have no idea who I'm talking about. Even though he's won so many awards as possibly the greatest sci-fi fantasy writer in American history.
Damn.
I would say he is.
Okay.
I believe he is.
Damn.
But yeah, I've just been reading a lot. Outside of acting and streaming. But those are a given. I really love that story so far because I want to read more stuff about Greek mythology.
Yeah. Have you read anything about like a character that would be like the shitty provider for his family? Have you ever read a story like that? Like say that he's the provider for his family, but he's so weak that he can't do his job.
You can do your transitions on your episodes.
So I was so excited. Okay, I'm sorry. Let's reel it back. Hold on, wait, no, let's reel it back.
You can do your transitions on your episodes. All right.
Okay.
So I would like to get a book sometime where I read a story about this kid who's having a hard time providing for his family. Like that'd be really cool. He does a really bad job at it, but it's the only thing he can do because he wants his sister to possibly go to school.
Yeah.
And his mom's really sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which, funny enough, is the story of solo leveling.
Yeah, solo
That's
leveling.
what we're talking about today.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch. Forcing my hand. I was coming up with something special right there, too.
I'm sorry.
I was spinning webs.
Dude, I was going to let you cook.
I was spinning webs, dog.
Dude, like Madam Web, the new movie that's coming out soon.
Oh, yeah. The movie that looks like it's a CW TV show,
yeah, dude,
but worse.
It doesn't even like itself, dude.
No.
No, but yeah, dude, solo leveling. Yeah, this was Justin's pick, and I didn't know what it was. I think I'd heard a little bit about it from like comics online or little comments of people being like, "Oh, it's amazing," but I didn't know what it was, and so when I went in there, I went in completely blind.
I think Tage thought it was I think you thought it was a isekai or something.
100%, dude. With the name Solo Leveling, I was like, oh, it's gonna be like a really fun take on an isekai, because I know you wouldn't just pick a generic isekai. That's just not.
I might.
No.
Oh,
That's my fucking job. Okay? No, so I went in there going like, all right, there's gonna be a twist, or there's a reason why Justin chose this one. I was like, all right, here we go, because there's usually like anime. Cause you sounded excited about this. You were like, oh, I'm choosing Solo Leveling. This is the thing I'm choosing, and there was a level of excitement to it. So I was like, all right, there's a reason he chose this, or it has been on his radar for a minute, and he doesn't pick up trash like I do. So there's a reason. There's a reason why it's on his radar. So I was like, all right, here we go. It's going to be some form of isekai, but there's going to be a fun twist. The beginning of it did not prepare for just an average dude. Well, it's a hard life. And blah, blah. I'm like, dude, what? The dude's in like a fucking cardigan. This is a normal day? Oh, okay. We're not in an isekai? And then there were like portals. And I'm like, oh, what? Isekai?
Gay?
Yeah, dude, I'm like, wait a minute. Wait, hold on. Yeah, I did think of Gate. But yeah, the beginning of that anime, I adored. I very much enjoyed it. Yeah.
The beginning, just the first few episodes?
Yeah, we watched 3 episodes for those we just followed the dub for right now. So, yeah, I watched the first 3 episodes. I wrote a couple notes down. One of the big things I wrote was great first 3 episodes. One of the things I really liked was the pacing of it. I think we actually talked about this on a recent podcast, but we're big on the pacing of especially a first episode, and it was crazy to me that they had this story that was going to begin the main character on his quest, on his adventure, and I feel like a lot of anime would have just smushed that into a first episode, but Solo Leveling was like, no. We're going to take 3 episodes to really get this a-going. Like, establishing he's a whole-ass bitch. Establishing that he's a dope dude besides... Like, people like him. People are cool with him. He's not a wimpy-ass little son of a bitch. Like, he's physically unable to do the job, but he's also not someone that people dislike, which is really cool. And then we've established the world. We've established, like, a bit of a friendship, but not too much. His reasoning for stuff, and then we're still like, oh, is this, where's the part of the show where he becomes good, right? Is this how this goes? And then as the show keeps going, I remember watching it and I was just like, oh shit, I think Justin chose this because it's just a good show.
Yeah. I chose it because it was one of the biggest manhwa.
Okay.
The webtoons.
Yep.
That had been coming out, and A1 Pictures was involved with it, and they're amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they do a bunch of good stuff.
Yeah.
They do a bunch of stuff. If you do enough stuff is good.
Yeah.
Right? Law of large numbers.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not to talk shit. It's just they have all of the Sword Art Online and Alicization. Mm-hmm. They just do tons of great anime.
Yep. I think they did... Blue Exorcist. I really liked Blue Exorcist. And then, yeah, I was looking up a couple other stuff that really stuck out, and I was like, oh shit, man. A1's got a couple of heavy hitters. Yeah,
this manhwa it was kind of on that Chainsaw Man level of when Chainsaw Man was coming out, everyone was buying the manga.
Okay.
And then when this was coming out, everyone was reading Solo Leveling. I was being asked about Solo Leveling all the time if I'd been reading it. I didn't really read webtoons.
Yeah, neither do I.
And because as the name implies, it pretty much used to be you would read webtoons online.
Yeah.
They were webtoons. But nowadays, you can, and I don't know when that changed. I certainly don't remember selling webtoons when I was working at Barnes & Noble, but I stopped working there in 2020. So about 4 years ago. But when I was at Barnes a little bit ago, I bought webtoons there. And there was a ton of Solo Leveling.
Really? You could buy webtoons at Barnes & Noble?
The one that I let you borrow, sitting right there, is a manhwa.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's why you read it forward instead of backwards.
Okay.
For us, at least. But this was all there. So I'd never read it. It was just on my radar. I heard really good things about it. I actually got some of it on my Kindle.
Okay.
But then I stopped reading it because Kindle's black and white and webtoons are fully colored.
Damn. Now that makes sense because there's always been like this Instagram ad it's something I did want to bring up. There was an Instagram ad for like, I swear to God, years, and it was of the stone god in the anime, his face smiling, and it was like, oh, that statue just moved, and I remember it saying like, check out this webtoon, and I was like, get the fuck, dude, I don't know what a webtoon is. You're a scam. Get out of here. And so I just kept scrolling, but I always saw that ad. And I'm like, dude, I don't know what this is. Piss off. But the anime community, dude, was trying. They're like, it's fucking good, dude. Get in here.
Well, that's because I want to see webtoons do some cool stuff. Or manhwa. I don't know if I should call them webtoons or manhwa, honestly. I think manhwa is just, if you say it, because they're Korean. These are Korean stories from Korean writers.
Okay.
I don't know if manhwa is just how they would pronounce manga. I don't know if that's why they say it.
Yeah.
I don't really. People told me that means the same thing. Because somebody said manhwa, and I said, you talking about webtoons?
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah. Okay. More information would have helped. But what was it called? High school. There's been a few. Tower of the God.
Oh, I remember. Yes. Yeah.
That's a big one.
Okay.
The high school, the one where all the high schoolers are fighting.
Oh, God of High School?
Is that it?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, that's another manhwa. So they've been trying to do that for a while, get those into big anime studios.
Hell yeah.
And I think the common consensus was they look beautiful.
Yeah. Oh.
Full stop.
Oh, no.
They look stunning. You know?
Yeah, there's not much depth to them.
So I keep watching all of them.
Yeah.
And this is the newest one, and it had a ton of hype behind it. Maybe it's because it's a victim of circumstance. Those other ones came out before they walked, so this could kind of run. So a bunch of people knew about them, and they were excited for them. And then people started to understand that manhwa was a thing. So this got a bunch more readers. I heard about this before it was ever an anime. I never heard about those beforehand.
That's true.
Yeah, but it's written by Chugong. Sorry to anybody if I'm saying that wrong.
Yeah, I also wrote that. That's how exactly I was going to say it. Chugong.
Yeah, Chugong.
Yeah.
That's, I don't know.
Yeah.
Main character's name is Sungjin Woo.
Yes.
Very much Korean.
Yes.
That's not a Japanese name. I know that specifically is I was reading forums.
Okay.
I don't usually read forums about stuff. I was reading some forums about this, forums from years ago, before the anime was ever coming out. And people's concerns were, what I didn't know, they had been changing characters' names from Korean names to Japanese names for the anime versions.
Oh.
For those previous ones. I don't know if that's because they didn't think people would be inclined to hear a Korean name. Apparently that's a thing that was happening, though. And I don't remember it.
Yeah.
But also, I feel as though a bunch of names have, or at least used to be, changed to American names.
Oh,
when I was growing up.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you which ones, but it was always interesting that it was like, Yugi's hanging out with Joey.
Oh, yeah, dude.
He might have been Joey for all I know, but in the Japanese. But I do feel as though we've sometimes gotten just Americanized names.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
But it would be nice for it to be, just keep it with Sungjin Woo instead of something else.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I wanted to talk about in terms of manhwa coming into anime.
Ooh.
Because the solo leveling was dope.
Yeah.
I had a great time with it. It also skirted one of my big problems when it comes to these kind of shows.
Okay.
Is when there's an isekai and they go into a different world, and that different world is just a fantasy world, and then game prompts start popping up.
Yeah.
I get so annoyed.
Dude, that was one of the things I wrote. It says the screens were explained.
Yes. Yeah. I get so annoyed. Yep. It's like a big thing for me. It doesn't make sense. Is it a game? Is it not a game? Mm-hmm. In this, after episode 2, at the end of episode 2, a screen pops up that says you have 0.02 seconds till your heart stops and you die.
Yeah.
And when the screen popped up, I just went, oh, no,
yeah.
Dude. I was so excited. And then the screen popped up and I just, no, please, no. I'm so excited for the show. And then he goes into the hospital. More screens are popping up. And I was kind of sitting there, staring at the screen thinking, all right, dude, bring it on. Here we go. I'm just going to have to get over this. And his sister walks in the hospital. And she starts talking to him. And he goes, do you see those? What?
Yeah, dude.
He's like, oh, okay. So it's not something. That's all you really have to do for me.
Yeah.
All you have to do is give me a reason to suspend my disbelief for the thing.
Yeah.
Don't just put it in because you decided everything has to be sorted out online and you have to put game stuff in to capitulate to my tastes.
Yep. Also, there's another little bit about the screens too that he brings up with his sister. I really like this little bit that I didn't know I liked until he said it. Was when he sees the screens, he doesn't really know what to do with them. And it establishes he doesn't play video games. And so then he asks his sister, you used to play video games. What, just like hypothetically, what if a screen like this is here? And she's like, oh, you mean like your inventory or whatever? She like says something and then leaves or whatever. And he's like, oh shit, that makes sense. And I'm like, he doesn't, I really am glad that he wasn't just like, oh, this is a player screen. Okay, cool. This is my inventory. It's like, dude, geez, come on. They're floating fucking screens in your face. You should be a little bit more hesitant with this. And he was just like, I don't know what the hell this is. Maybe I'm insane. I don't know. I love that. I love that he doesn't just know video game stuff.
Also, was not expecting the show to be so gory.
Oh my God.
Bro, when pieces of people started flying,
bro,
like half of a dude's head is now falling off and he falls forward and the blood stump hits the door.
Bro, there was a little bit where this one girl it was like one of the first girls to die. She was screaming and she looks up when the hammer comes down. The way the artists drew, like it showed the connection of it hitting her head kind of folding backwards and then it folding down. I was like, you didn't need to, you could have just brought the thing down.
She's there, she's not.
Yeah, but they decided to draw so much of her crumpling and I was like, oh,
yep.
God damn.
Yeah, they were going for it with this one.
Yeah.
They're not messing around.
No.
A1, they said the webtoon's pretty bad. Yeah, we're not gonna dial it back.
Yeah,
this show is gonna be rated R.
Yes.
This is gonna be 17 and older.
Mm-hmm.
But it makes me wonder, with all the manhwa that's coming into anime for the world to see.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't. Let me preface it because this isn't saying that they shouldn't or manhwa is bad or anything like that, or that anime doesn't know what it's doing moving forward.
Yeah.
My head is just wondering, is there not enough to keep up? Because every single season has to have more and more anime these days. Yeah. Every season that comes out has way more anime. And it's such a big problem, as we see with MAPPA, and I can only imagine it's the same with A1 Pictures because of how much they produce.
Yeah.
They're trying to keep up with the demand because the world is demanding more anime. And it used to be such a niche thing to us, and that it was just in Japan. Well, it was all over. Brazil loves it. A ton of people around the world love it. I think there's a huge French population that loves manga too. But with how big anime is getting, is it maybe not that these stories are so good, because they are, and they're deserving of animated television shows. Mm-hmm. Are they just running? They have everyone in Japan writing these stories.
Yeah.
All these mangaka.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, we need more.
That's what I was thinking.
The people in Korea, you're writing cool stuff online. You're writing your own comic books, kind of in the middle between American comics and our manga. Mm-hmm. It's like a collaboration almost. It looks like those two had a baby. I just wonder if that's why so much of it is being brought in, because they just need more. Wow. And I wonder what that means, not in the terms of, is that bad for the industry? Is that bad for anime? Is it bad for the amount of artists?
Yeah. Because
they're getting more stuff from different countries to work on. Are they bringing in more people and letting the artists take breaks? As I know right now, they're not. I know right now, it's really bad.
Yeah.
And it just keeps getting, the factory is just pushing out more and more and more.
Yeah, and Japan has not always been known for their leniency on creative. Even the team of, back in the day I remember I watched a documentary on Silent Hill, just listening to the amount of work that they expected this team to do. And I remember listening to it going like, how the what? They slept at the office. What? And this back in the day, like they're very, what's the word? Not goal oriented, but it's like the end product is absolutely will not be held off. So I don't care how long you have to be here for, you will finish this on time. And it's something that very different to us, but it's also crazy, especially because, like you said, the amount of anime being churned out again and again, every season getting bigger. Like, this monster is getting bigger, and that's awesome. Love anime, fucking awesome. But to the artists who are chugging away, and now it might be, I'm not sure about it. I have not looked into the numbers of the career paths of anime. I forget what the term animators. But it's like pilots in America. It's a huge thing right now that a lot of airlines are terrified because there's no pilots coming in. Like, the pilots, the next wave of people becoming pilots is so low. They're afraid of the retirement people leaving because we're about to lose a fuckload of pilots. And so now I'm wondering, like, if the career is not something that's very sought after, well, then you won't have a lot of people jumping in. It's cool, but if you can't feed your family, I'm not going to commit my life to it. I can't live on it.
And the locations that you have to be in to do it are extremely expensive. It's like wanting to work for IGN in San Francisco here. If you work for IGN, you don't make enough money to live in San Francisco.
Yeah, dude.
It's a passion thing.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, will that, if they're not able to be respected enough or given enough to go after this, then the career will start to falter when it comes to the newer generation. And then you're going to have this monster that needs to be fed with less artists.
I will say, I think that they will, I personally believe, just based on the market, that they will keep steady or get more artists just because more people care about anime.
True.
So more people will want to be in the industry because more people are watching it. Mm-hmm. The problem is, are the businesses going to value the number of people they will hire on?
Yes.
Are they going to put money into getting another building as an anime production house? Are they going to do those things? Because right now, just from stuff that I've read and heard, they don't get paid much at all. Their living conditions, like you said, they sleep in the office a lot of times. Yeah. It's not like the offices are outfitted to have the room for that. They sleep underneath their desk in their cubicle.
Yeah,
curled up in a ball.
You bring like a pillow from home. And
yes.
you brought a blanket. Yeah. And you'll look over, some dude was smart enough to bring in a plug-in heater. And you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just having so many manhwa coming in seems good. It's awesome because a lot of them are so pretty. And problem in my head, as long as they, to me, keep those names.
Yeah.
The Korean names. Somebody wrote this. It's a Korean product. Don't take that. Just because it's becoming an anime. It is their product becoming an anime. It's not up to me, but I would like it to stay Sung Jin-woo like they did for this one. He is still, as far as I remember, he's still called Sung Jin-woo.
Yeah.
Keep it and let everybody know. Be proud of the fact that it's a manhwa. Just like you're proud of the fact that you made an anime out of a manga.
Yeah. Yeah.
But also, if we're grabbing from so many different straws, increase the size of the industry, please.
What do you mean?
Increase the amount of production studios. Increase the amount of buildings that people are going to be working in. Increase the number of workers that you have. Say you, it's a very similar thing to anybody who watches Kitchen Nightmares.
Yep.
There's a ton of tickets coming in. The ticketing system you have for food is terrible. So now your chef and all the sous chefs, everyone behind in the back of house.
Yep.
They have no idea what's going on. They have so many different things that they have to cook all at the same time. They're getting different information from all over the place. So they can't take the time to make sure that this burger is good when it goes out to you.
Yes.
They can't take the time to be like, this one's medium rare. They just have to cook burgers as fast as they can and kick them out.
Yep.
If you just sit there and keep throwing, all right, big dick anime, big dick anime, big dick anime.
Yeah.
At this same group of animators over and over again, and they have to overlap the stuff that they're working on every day, then they're not going to be able to have the time to make sure that the fluidity of the punches is good.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to be, or they will only make those 5 fight scenes in the season look great, because why should they care about the part where the 2 characters are walking down the beach during sunset, having a discussion about the intricacies of their lives?
Yeah.
So now it's just lit flaps, and we don't show their feet because we're not going to animate those moving. We're just going to have the top of their bodies go up and down.
That drives me to a fucking wall. The newest season of Invincible just fucking did that.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's where it hurts.
Yeah.
That was why I loved Freyren so much. Freyren so much, was because every bit was cared for. The small bits. The show, so much of the beginning of the show is about the small bits. So the small bits had enough in their pen. But if we keep just making the anime industry bigger in terms of productions and everything coming out, if they don't increase the size of their businesses, then everything's going to be bad.
Yeah. Yep.
Or has potential to.
Yeah. It is brutal. I also don't know about I don't know about the manga side of it, or the what's the word, or the webtoon side of it. Like, I do know that Freyren, when I was researching that, they were the original writer, he drew it himself, I believe, and they were like, I think it might be better with this artist. And so then they paired him with the artist, and it came out like we know it. And it was like, oh, wonderful. And the writer was even like, I love how he shows my characters. That's beautiful.
You're talking about for manga?
Yeah. And so, like, what I'm saying is, like, I'm saying I don't know if that industry also is just as built up, like being an artist for like pages of something instead of being an animator. I don't know if that's also just as like overlapped. I don't know, because I know, like you were saying, and the animator one is very packed full, and it's very like overworked and all that. I don't know if.
Well, I would say that's probably one of the reasons why all these are becoming anime.
Yeah,
I don't see there being animators like that. There's some places where I'll see. What was the one we watched it a while back? I think it was based on a phone game where they played music and the monsters would show up and they'd fight them.
Oh, shit.
And they went to a diner called Get Your Food Diner or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that was Korean.
Okay.
But I don't.
Sorry, I forgot about the diner, bro.
I don't remember the name of it, but it was something very, just name it what it is.
Yeah.
I think the reason is there's just not a big animation heavy industry in Korea. They would make their own anime.
Yeah.
They would have Solo Leveling being their biggest product. They would make it. They wouldn't have Japan make it.
Yes.
So they're just having their analogous of mangaka or comic book artists. But no, Japan's going to make it because they have the infrastructure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I do hope that that companies see. I mean, that they know obviously that this beast is a chugging, and it is creating a lot of commerce. It's creating. I mean, the world fucking loves anime, and they're gonna. As we've seen, it's growing, and the best way to do this is to treat it well. You got to feed it and treat it well, water it like a plant that you take care of, and don't let it dry up in your kitchen.
Man, he really made the entire thing about himself right there. Yo, dude. And it was like, we need to make sure that the artists in Japan are taken care of. Let me talk about me for a second.
Yeah, dude, I haven't slipped in enough me into this conversation yet. Yeah. No, but that being said, Solo Leveling was something that I was incredibly impressed with. What's funny is I actually, whereas I was looking more at how impressed I was with the storylines. A big thing with me was, I wrote down my topic was introducing and juggling multiple storylines. It's something that I brought up a couple podcasts ago, that it really, I feel like anime gets this kind of Marvel thing that you've said before. It's like when Marvel comes out and they have this, it's cool fight scenes or whatever, but the movie's kind of meh. And then you tell someone, you're like, yeah, but it's not a great movie. And they're like, yeah, but it's a Marvel movie. You're like, that's not a fucking excuse. And it's like, I especially since we started doing this podcast, I do hold anime to that. I want it to be a good show, regardless of anime, because that will also bring more people in. And I think this did a really good job of juggling multiple storylines. We had the main character, Shun, that was absolutely, like, he was his story was cool. I loved his going back and forth. We had the red-haired girl, which she didn't have her own storylines, but she was incredibly important to the main character. Then we were introduced to the sister a little bit in, which wasn't too much. It wasn't enough to be like, God, I don't give a fuck. Bring me back to Shun. It was a little bit of a break, just to be like, sister's kind of chilling, and there's this girl with a hood. She seems kind of important. Not sure what's going on. Then it keeps snipping into this really cool blonde girl that is an S-rank fucking hunter. And it wasn't so much where it felt like the anime just pumped the fucking brakes on the really cool part of the story. And instead they were like, here's a really cool thing you might want to be interested in. Then we'd go back. And then here's a little thing. And I thought it did a really good job of juggling those stories because it left me wanting more. But I also still wanted more of Shun. So the entire time I was watching it being like, this is a really cool way of juggling multiple stories, A, B, and C. And I think a story is almost only improved if you have multiple storylines that you can hold well. And if you only have one, I think I've actually complained about it. Unless it has so much fucking content, I'll never get tired. I'm probably going to get tired of one story. That's a lot to put on in like a show, anime, manga, or a book. Every bit of your attention has to be on this one character at all times throughout the entire time.
Yeah. Almost nothing is that.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless you're talking about 127 hours or Buried Alive.
That was also, that was one of the things I was like trying to think of, like the opposite of like what did well when it was only one character. And I was like, yeah, it was the 127 hours.
Yeah. And then the one where Ryan Reynolds it didn't do well, but it was shot well and it was produced well. Mm-hmm. And I think Ryan did a good job of being in the casket.
Yeah.
The whole movie is him inside a casket.
Yeah. I liked that movie.
Yeah. Oh, and there's one where... Is it Colin Farrell? He's in a phone booth?
Oh, I never saw that. I don't know if it's Colin Farrell, but I do know of a person in a phone booth. Yeah.
Pretty much the whole movie is him. If he hangs up the phone, then I'm not going to say the actor because it's a big spoiler. Then a specific... The killer kills people.
Yeah.
So he can't hang up the phone.
Yeah.
But then the police are there.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's...
Yeah, and they're like,
what's wrong with you? What are you doing? Get off the phone.
Yeah.
He's like, I can't get off the phone, but I can't tell you why.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. And I think juggling, rarely is there a time where there's like one character holding the entire thing.
Yeah, just because there almost always has to be multiple characters involved.
Yeah.
And if you don't give them something. But some stuff is very bad specifically because you just go, what's happening?
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Why are we doing this?
Yeah.
I think... What, I can't remember right now. There was, I think the Watchmen movie.
The Watchmen movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
That got on my tits, man.
Okay, yeah.
The Watchmen's such an interesting comic
because
of the paneling. It's the same paneling every page.
Yeah.
Just grids of 3x3, I believe it is. 3x3 or 3x4?
I think it's 3x3.
3x3. 3x3 grids. So you're following the story, but then also when it intercuts, you're still looking at the same page. Mm-hmm. So it's this character, now this character, now back to that character, back to this character, this character. So you're seeing the whole thing as a vignette almost, how those characters overlap. And then the Watchmen movie was like, we have to switch back and forth. Oh my God. Can we not for a second?
Can we? Holy shit! Can we just calm down? Oh my Lord! Yeah. I was looking back at Burn the Witch that we watched last week. I think that did terribly with multiple, like trying to juggle multiple storylines because when it would snap away to stuff, it was just telling information. It was like trying to give information, but like through characters I didn't know. Like the first time characters were introduced, it was just like.
One of the big ways to make it work, I think one of the things you like about Solo Leveling is each separate instance of somebody's life. So we get to see his sister in school.
Yep.
But his sister in school is with the girl who just did the test to see what level she was.
Yep.
And when we had cut to see people doing the test to see what level they were, one, she was the through line that would then go to the sister. So those stay together.
Yeah.
And also all of that, every single part of the show, whenever they cut to somebody else, all has the same through line of what is happening in this world. So everyone else, we're learning about their life it feels like we're having a reprieve.
Yeah.
But because we're learning about how the world works with them, as almost a sub feeling to understanding that his mom is sick, his sister is still going to school. There's this one girl who's friends, but she never really shows up in front of him because she's some kind of ranked person. Also, the S rank, she's really cool, but it doesn't seem like she wants to be part of the whole situation so far.
Yep.
All of that gives us more insight into his story because it gives us a better insight into the world. If you just jump over to somebody else and they go, oh yeah, dude, so I was just going to buy weed today. Then it's such a whiplash that you're, oh, what?
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know what's going on anymore.
Yeah. And then the animes or stories or movies or whatever that'll do it like they're trying to be, oh, it's kind of cute, we're going to leave it on a cliffhanger and then move over to this other storyline. But then the storyline goes on for so long, you're sitting there like, I don't give a fuck. Please go back to the story, please.
Dude, that's what Walking Dead did.
Oh,
the show?
Yeah.
The Walking Dead. It would just be, let's get to the height, almost the apex of this story. Now the next 3 episodes, we're just going to cut to somebody else.
Yeah, dude.
Fuck yourself, dude. I'm not going to watch this. No, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
That became their entire storytelling technique
Yeah.
for a couple seasons.
Yep.
And it was infuriating.
They thought they were super clever with it because sometimes they'd be like, oh, but like this is actually going to tie into it in 3 episodes. I was like, dude,
I already don't care. It's been 3 episodes.
Yeah, dude, you just built me up to be at this really heightened moment. And then you like licked your finger and put out the candle. It was over. And
you've already shown to us as an audience that you will 100% create the biggest possible lie to throw us off.
Yep.
You will do stuff to kill different characters, quote unquote, and then you will have the biggest backtrack that makes absolutely no sense. And you're just like, no, by the way, actually, he rolled.
Dude, he rolled.
He's alive, actually. That doesn't make any sense. It's almost like the bad version of having an untrustworthy main character. Some stuff is really good when you can't trust the main character to be telling the truth.
Yes.
When the writers are doing that, it's bad. They need to put it on the main character because then you have stakes. But if the writer lies to you as an audience member, you just got to pull out.
Yeah.
I do. I very much dislike it.
Yeah. I think another good example too is Jiu-Jitsu. A pretty recent episode with when, they show the heightened of what's her name get slapped in the face by the guy. And then they were just like, all right, next episode, we're going to do a whole cutback for her entire backstory that you probably should have known this a long time ago. But when it was in the height of this, we're going to do this right now.
Yeah. To me, it would have meant way more to me to know that stuff about her.
Yep. I felt like, dude, I think I got, that was my coffee moment. A teacher that we had back in school always called it like a catheter movie where it was like.
Catheter?
Yeah, right? It was catheter. Yeah, it was like.
Which teacher?
The thing that you put in is that what it is? When it's in you and it, so that you don't have to go to the bathroom? Yeah. Yeah, it was Todd. He called it catheter moment, where it's like if the movie was so good, there isn't a time you'd want to be like, oh, I can go to the bathroom now. You have to sit there and be like, I wish I had a fucking catheter because I don't want to leave.
Yeah.
I was pretty hooked at that point in jiu-jitsu. And then they were like, now we're going to go back. And I'm like, I'm going to go make some food. I don't get thanks for that. I was really hyped. I have to go through the next however long of this episode of just really fucking long. I bet you're probably going to, in the last 2 minutes, snap into the thing and be like, bet. So anyway, as we were, I don't care now.
That is what they did.
Yep. So that really derails. But Solo did not do that. I think it did a very good job of showing multiple storylines, playing with it, and having fun. I had a lot of time.
It's also not too much. We've only watched a little bit of it.
Mm-hmm.
That was the end of the 2nd season of Jiu-Jitsu. So Solo doesn't even have a chance to possibly make that mistake.
Yeah.
I have no idea where it's going.
That's true. It might. Who knows?
It was interesting.
Yeah.
Solo has an interesting premise so far that I'm trying to understand. Not deep enough to comprehend it.
Yeah.
Because it does have, this is Monster Hunter. You kill a thing and you get a crystal, and that crystal can be turned into a weapon.
Oh, yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And I'm just honestly wondering right now if this is this simulation. This becomes the Matrix.
Oh.
Everyone's plugged in.
Yeah.
These things are popping open because they're inside the game. When he went to die, he actually he's now the player character.
Yeah. Third name of the third episode was like, oh, so this is all a game? Something like that. And I know it was a quote that he says because he's in the middle of a park bench and everyone thought he was insane. But again, that could be very much into your theory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it'd be funny.
Yeah.
It might not be the best story choice. And I'm not saying anything about the actual show because this is my brain.
Yeah, yeah.
But he had to be the weakest because he was going to become player character.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Yeah.
All these things just popping open. All these different. One of them popped open in the middle of a freeway.
Bro.
Imagine accidentally. You're not one of the hunters.
Dude,
it just pops open while you're going 65 and you're an inch behind it. Now you're staring face to face at goblins, wolves, and bosses. You're like, oh, dude.
Yeah, dude, stones that are gods.
Yeah. Well, hopefully not that one. I
really feel like that's a rare occurrence.
Final. That's one of the final bosses. That's one of the big boys.
I was so bummed when it was like, so we went to go visit it. Wasn't there. I'm like, fuck, dude, now they all look insane.
Oh, it's a good thing it wasn't there. Everyone would have died.
Yeah. Yep.
Still trying to figure out. That's the thing. Still trying to figure out why he has arms and legs.
Yep.
Unless he's the player character. He's getting yoked out of his mind, though.
Yeah.
You finished the sprinting segment? What do you want? Oh, full heal. I will say,
yeah.
Just for anybody out there who's trying to get yoked a little bit, don't do that.
Oh.
Don't do the I'm perfectly healthy again. Just like you shouldn't do, if you want to gain muscle, don't do cold plunge. Don't do anything that just makes you good.
Yeah, yeah.
Because now the stress and the tears in your muscles are fine, so they don't increase in size because your body no longer thinks it needs to get more powerful to fix the problem you just had. When you go running, your body's like, are we being chased to death? When you're lifting weights, your body's going, are we going to die?
Yeah.
So your body makes your muscles bigger. So that it can save itself.
So
it's metal as fuck. That's what gaining muscle is. Yeah, when you're doing bench press, your body doesn't know what's happening. Yeah. It's like there's a car on us, or there's the Smilodon carcass on us.
Gotta lift it off. Yeah. Yeah.
It's like next time won't be a problem. I'm gonna get swole bigger.
Yeah. Also, fun tip, hands down, he's a fool. Choosing strength. That chump change. All points in defense. That's the way you go.
I want to take pictures of all the characters that you've built in games now, because you only outfit strength. He is a pure strength user.
I am.
When this man plays Dark Souls, he's like, Dex what?
Yeah,
I'm gonna be honest, man. Dex is like my number one. Dark Souls 2 would have been so bad for you. Adaptability is like the best thing you can possibly do.
Oh yeah, I gave up on Dark Souls pretty fast. Dark Souls 2. I played Dark Souls 1 and I beat Dark Souls 3.
You've played Dark Souls 1? I thought you didn't play it.
I have. It was at a buddy's house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yep. Played it for a bit. Got my ass kicked.
This dude had me fight bosses for him in Dark Souls 3.
True. Very true. I would bring him in.
I would look over, and he was just standing as far away from the boss watching me fight it as possible.
Yeah, dude. That's why I brought you in.
And then if we would lose, he'd be like, I'll get somebody else too.
Oh.
Like, dude.
Dude.
Come on.
Do my fucking best.
Yeah, I didn't know I was going in here. So I have less Estus flasks.
Yep.
Less health.
Yeah, and your stats are ass because I was lower than you. So I would bring you down.
Yep. I'm playing on extra hard mode. Yeah, and you're just like, yeah, you got this. Standing like.
You got one try, dude. If not, I'll just get someone else, dude.
No, you would grab you can summon 4. All right, so we're gonna have 4 in.
Dude, if they gave me the option, I'm bringing in as many boys as I can.
And not helping. Just sprinting away.
Yeah.
Brother.
Yeah.
Some of the bosses are easier than the maps.
That's true.
You'd have to get through the maps. What did you just do?
Sorry. Yeah.
What the? That was gross.
Sorry, dude. I chipped my tooth.
Damn. Yeah. You chipped it?
Yeah.
Just now?
Yeah, there's blood everywhere right now.
No, he didn't.
No, don't.
He's a liar.
Let me have this.
He's made mouth noises, and now he's trying to sound hard.
Yeah.
All right. I think we're going to calm it down.
All right.
Bring it down. Solo leveling's a good show.
A very good show. I will be tuning in every Saturday.
He's very excited about
I
Solo
am very
Leveling.
excited.
I think Solo Leveling's cool. I think Tate's stoked on Solo Leveling. I'm excited that you're excited.
Thanks, man.
Also, fuck Little Rock, Arkansas on KATV.
Yo, dude.
Michael, you got problems? You can take him up with me. I'm in Los Angeles right now.
Yeah, hit us up at YuYu Normie Show.
Yeah. Right now, we're actually living through, as California is telling me through the National Weather Service, living through rain that I should die in.
Yes, we should not have risked our lives to come over and film this, but we did.
No, what I'm saying is I'm pretty much the 50 Cent of anime podcasts.
Oh, shit.
He got shot 9 times. I lived through the rain. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Also, Netflix for the culture, but kind of like, can you calm it down and not just take third seasons of stuff?
Yeah, you a whole bitch, but also thank you for putting anime more into your roster.
Yeah, you are the most viewed streaming service for anime.
Yeah,
even above streaming services that are only for anime.
Yeah, so I'm gonna pull out this little number on you. With great power comes great responsibility. Netflix. So.
Oh, that's a really good quote. Where's that from? Did you come up with that?
I did, actually, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I was going to the bathroom. It came to me, and I was like, I'm going to use this somewhere.
When you were going to the bathroom? That's when you came up with it?
it?
It wasn't like a big part of your life?
No.
Oh, wait. So you were going to the bathroom. You thought you were going to die in there.
Yeah. And I'm like, I have to give this everything I got. And I did. And it came out. And I was like, oh, my God, I have so much power. But I was like, you know what? With great power comes great responsibility. A person should say this to their nephew before they
dude, I thought you were about to say, I have to say that to the plumber after he has to deal with what I just did. Good Lord.
I tried to squeeze that in with the plumber. Plumber's like on his hands and knees working his ass off on the toilet.
No, he's like, I know you squeezed it. I see that you squeezed it.
I'm like, I mean, what can I say, man?
Yeah, well, you squeezed it out something that was obviously bigger than the pipe that leads through the toilet.
Yeah, I'm like, up top.
That says more about your piping than it does about what I'm doing with my job right now.
Dude. Yeah.
Tage hates silence, by the way. So when he hit it with that, he tried to figure out what to do. He panicked looking at his book.
Yeah, dude, I was looking at my book like, what else do I got? I've gone through everything.
All right, everybody. I believe that'll bring us to a close on this one. Thank you all so much for being here. And as usual, we hope you guys have a great afternoon, morning, night, wherever you are. And we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.